Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. We are here today to talk about some hot topics that are going on, and there are a lot of them. So first up, we have something that we've already been talking about, but there's some news regarding the Kanye West Gap collection. Kanye West posted to Instagram yesterday saying that Gap held a meeting without him. So, as you all may remember, earlier in August, we discussed how fans' tweets were going viral after this photo right here surfaced of a Gap store. Now, these showed Kanye West's Yeezy's Gap apparel, but they were in trash bags. We talked about how fans had to go through these bags in order to find their sizes, and just how it may be portrayed towards looking kind of like homeless, in the sense that he maybe was making fun of the homeless in the sense of putting them in trash bags. But that is not what he had said. This was an idea that he had, and it was supposed to be, in his words, artsy, like original, not something that is normal. Now, one fan even claimed that Gap employees would not assist customers. Kanye even supposedly got mad at employees for having the Yeezy Gap clothes on hangers. Now, because that was not how he wanted them, he actually got to talk with Fox News about how he had this plan to always have them in trash bags and what his idea was all about, which we had talked about in our last video regarding this. Kanye initially signed a 10-year deal with Gap back in the summer of 2020. Well, recently, Kanye has been going nuts about his new line, but yesterday is when he posted to Instagram speaking about Gap. Now, this was the post, which, as you can see, it's a picture of a glass table with clothing in the background, and he captioned it stating that Gap had held a meeting without him. He also posted a few other things on his Instagram, one being a video that I'm going to show you that seems to be him talking about his passion for fashion and what his plans are. I want to say, though, this video, this is how he posted it. It was a very little strip of him speaking, and you'll see what I mean in just a second.
This is Parton. This is not celebrity marketing. This is not a collaboration. This is a life mission. I didn't understand why I love Louis until I learned about Marc Jacobs. I didn't understand why I love Gucci until I learned about Tom Ford. I didn't understand why I love Ralph Lauren until I learned about Ralph Lauren. I didn't understand why I love Gap until I learned about Mickey. Me and Matt George brought season 6 and showed Mickey, and he grabbed the stuff and his response was, "Oh, it's too good." So I'm now going to please Terry back, this, that, something that can hit that Old Navy price with the cut. And we go and we do TV commercials. And we open up that store, we look at those stores, and we go through those racks and look at that product, whatever, and put that other shit in the outlet. And put their shit in the front throughout every single Gap store, and let's go take the JCPenney stores while we're at it. Re-envision it, fully foam, bouncy floor. The kids are putting on the hoodies and these beautiful wash, like vintage beach colors with the doves in the back, and just take over the globe. We gotta have the strongest team possible. We will hire the best fabric. We will get cotton. We will order deep. We will empower. We will make a new workforce straight from the schools and reinvigorate the American industry. This country is based off the industry, and with us, collectively, we all have a responsibility to bring it back. And I know Spurs felt like we couldn't do it. Different people, we can do it with this team. Not even can. If people say yes, we can. If they really, I don't know. We will. We got to be the highest energy brand in the mall. Who's got the most energy in the mall? Apple. Respectfully, he's passed away. He's passed away, so he's not going to be able to draw this attention. No one goes to those seats. I don't know the last time they lost anything. I don't know what it looks like. Is that interesting? When I slept in the stadium, we were selling $7 million in merch a night. And this is us capped at 50,000 seats. We could have went to 75,000 seats. People are going to look. People's eyeballs are going to go past Charlbi and all of that. They're going to look. They're going to see. We're going to provide something consistently right here in the communities. By having a collaboration with some black bags that my family shows up to, and then, kids are buying, Gap from, thrift stores, is not going to save the Gap. It's not enough. It's not enough. And I love Gap. I gotta give you guys, it's the third one, here we go. You have to really give me the position to yay and do what I'm thinking, or I'm gonna have to do what I'm thinking somewhere else. Because one thing I've learned from Virgil, if something's killing you, it's actually killing you. We canceled the pre-order of the blue jacket. That's insane. I got 3 million emails over from Adidas, and we didn't use them. That's insane. That's insane. We sold 14 million hoodies at $80 with no logo on it off of one commercial and never ran the commercial again. That's insane. Pierre Rouget, we only win one sample set on a Balenciaga collection. I'm sitting next to Anna Winter and Cedric watching an Adidas Balenciaga collaboration I knew nothing about. That's insane. We never did a fashion show. That's insane. When we were on the phone with David Simon and Leo said we did 50 stores, he said that's bullshit. He never cursed again. Except for when Mike playing tricks on me. And I called Jay Prince to have Scarface perform with him. But when he said 50 stores for Ye, David Simon said, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's like, you guys at the door, and you, it's like, this is the moment. There'll never be an opportunity with a guy like me that cares this much about specifically this brand and has done this up to this point. We are, like Tom Brady waking people up at 2 a.m. during COVID, but he went back and he got that ring at that point. And we're the football team. This is our football team. And I'm actually the Tom Brady because them can charge $4,000 for a t-shirt. I'm saying, like, here's cotton, here's seeds. How do we get this thing to $20? How do we go Costco? How do we go Old Navy prices? And I'm there in factories with no heat. I'm there, no security, no heat, no gold watch, no chains, learning how do we get this to the high schools. And the high schools, they believe. I said, this is bigger than us, and we shouldn't argue amongst ourselves. But I'm saying, I have to go pull that sword out the stone. You either believe me, or I'm going to show you. I'm either going to show you faces this way, or I'm going to show you faces this way. But you're going to see it. Don't fucking clap. You guys are going to get in the position, I'm going to quit.
We get it.
No, it's not a fucking joke. In Virgil's name. In my mama name. I'm telling you what it is.
Now, we don't really know the concept to why he posted this, but in my opinion, I think it was to show what his pitch was to Gap and what his ideas were when all of this came to be with the collection. And then after he found out that they had a meeting without him, he first did that first post, then he posted this. And I believe that he posted this to show that he's an innovator and what his ideas were with Gap. And that they're taking away all of these things that he had in his pitch away from him. Now, we don't really have much more than they had a meeting without him. Honestly, that's all we have. We have no other information. So we have to take this for what it is and kind of wait until we hear more. He did post a few other things on Instagram, one being a video that I'm going to show you, which is these new sunglasses and how they work. It's very interesting to see because they look like they roll up and you can stick them in your pocket. It's very interesting.
This is the first film roll-up that's polarized that will be FDA approved. So it has never been done before, and this is actual polarized roll-up lens that you can fit in.
Let me see your rolled up.
You can fit into the size into your pocket.
Yeah.
Which he also then posted somebody wearing these glasses along with someone giving them a hug, a couple other things. But it looks like he wiped his Instagram clean, started with that first post that I showed you, following the second video, well, the first video we watched, and then the second video and a couple other things. It's been a very interesting year for Kanye, as he and Kim first got divorced in March finally, and then in February Kanye had been feuding with Kim's boyfriend at the time, Pete Davidson. His different flings that he's had, his new album Doggy came out with an exclusive player called the Stem Player, and now his collection with Gap. And everything that comes with this, Kanye always brings attention to everything he has been doing. And as soon as I hear more about this and why he is upset with Gap having a meeting without him, I will, of course, update everyone on this. But as far as this is all we know regarding this issue. And it seems that he's very upset about this. And from the looks of that post, as we could see, he had those sunglasses on the table. So I don't think this is a Gap store. From the looks of it, it might be like the factory he's working in or where he's creating stuff. Maybe his office. So there's definitely more to come of this, and I, of course, will keep us posted on what is happening with Kanye. Let's go on to our next hot topic. Now, this next hot topic is a bit of sad news for fans of country music. Singer Luke Bell and actress model Charlbi Dean. They both have passed away at a very, very young age. I first want to start with Luke Bell and read an article from Saving Country Music on him. So, let me just get this up for me so I can read it to you guys, because it was a very well written article about him and his career, though it was short-lived. It was very well written. So it begins with, he was one of the most authentic and magnetizing artists to grace the country music art form in the modern era. And those who knew Luke Bell, they knew this assessment is no way hyperbole or flattery. Even though he released only one album in that single volume, Luke Bell captured a bygone era with aura and mood in country music that escapes even the most adept and gifted of country music artists today. They're dulled by the filter of modernity that Luke Bell was strangely immune from. He was not of this time or place and never fit in comfortably. That was his gift and his burden. As troubled as he was talented, Luke Bell nonetheless left his mark. And although the gift of his music, Luke Bell leaves the earth a more pleasant place than he found. Having gone missing on Saturday, August 20th in Tucson, Arizona, Luke Bell was found today, August 29th, 2022, not far from where he disappeared, and in a manner we all feared he would be when we first heard the news. Confirmed by Saving Country Music through Luke Bell's close friend and confidant, and the guy who's been caring for him for the last 6 years, traditionally country music artist Matt Kinman, Luke Bell passed away at the age of 32. Luke Bell was never one for staying in one place for very long. That was part of his magic. Born in Lexington, Kentucky on January 27, 1991, and raised in Cody, Wyoming, he tried to go to college for a bit and started playing in a band in a local bar. By it was a chance meeting with singer-songwriter Pat Reddy that opened up Luke's mind an entirely different world he hadn't been exposed to previously. Pat pulled through in a 85 Datsun diesel pickup truck with a homeless painter and a half-wolf dog. It was just a picture of a different part of Earth, Luke said to Saving Country Music back in 2016. Luke Bell was in Austin, Texas, bumming around the infamous hole-in-the-wall bar near the University of Texas campus around 2011 when Mike and the Moon Pies, Leo and Ramsey, were the artists in residence, and a man named Dennis O'Donnell was the bartender of note. Luke would couch surf around the area and perform at the hole in the wall when they would let him, which was not often since he was still honing his chops and was hounded for playing too loud in a rock and roll band he formed called Fast Luke and the Lead Heavy. They played from 3 to 5 p.m. and were eventually fired. When Dennis O'Donnell opened the new famed White Horse on the east side of Austin, Luke took his bumming ways across town, working as a barback at the new joint, building the fence around the bar's patio and eventually landing a regular performance slot on the stage with a decidedly more honky-tonk style. But the road eventually led Luke to Nashville, where he recorded the album called Don't Mind If I Do, that released on Bandcamp in 2014. Similar to how Bell had fallen right into honky-tonk scene in Austin at the right time, a similar fate found him in Nashville, where he began performing regularly at the infamous Santa's Pub. A video from his song Sometimes from 2016, shot at Santa's, illustrated just how immersed Bell became in the scene, with appearances from fellow performers like Logan Ledger, Christina Murphy, Aaron Ray, and other notables in the East Nashville world. And it was just the independent country community that was paying attention that was so impressed. One of the top booking agents at the WME agency caught wind of Luke and saw a star in the making. Soon, without any real national touring experience or record label backing, Luke Bell was put on tour, opening for names like Willie Nelson, Hank Jr. All of a sudden, a semi-homeless and generally adrift Luke Bell was present a serious opportunity to make it in music, and was due solely to the strength of his voice and music. In the spring of 2016, he would sign to 30 Tigers and was set to release a self-titled album that took most of the best songs of Don't Mind If I Do and combined them with a few new tracks. With his debuted self-titled album, Luke Bell became a national name, drawing comparisons with the types of teams and momentum like Sturgill Simpson had behind him, with the same flight path towards big success. But few were factoring in that the same authenticity that made Luke Bell so appealing to fans as the rugged Wyoming cowboy turned musical genius is also what made the business side of making music naturally unappealing to Luke Bell personally. Many had big plans for Luke, but Luke's plans remained decidedly less aspirational. A tour was planned for the fall of 2016 to help promote the record, but it never went off. Luke Bell continued to perform, though, however infrequently, and was regularly appearing with Smithsonian Folkways recording artist Matt Kinman, always looking for the essence of authenticity. The Pickathon Festival outside of Portland booked Luke in 2017, with Luke and Matt playing side by side. In February of 2018, Luke reappeared in Memphis, Tennessee, where he won Best Honky Tonk Male at the Dea.to Watson Backing Awards. But afterwards, Luke Bell virtually disappeared from the public eye. Though rumors and allegations would rise to the surface about his whereabouts and state of mind, it was just as hard to pin information down about Luke Bell as it was to pin down Luke himself. He would hop freight trains and travel the country, but Luke's life wasn't all poetry during this period. He was hiding as severe battle with bipolar disorder that he ultimately would never shake. Stories would surface of unruly behavior right beside one's about how Luke Bell could be the sweetest person you could ever meet. Some friends were forced to distance from him. Long periods would go by where nobody heard from Luke Bell. He would end up in hospitals or at times incarcerated. Over the last year and a half, Luke Bell was finally beginning to find a new level of medication and treatment. He appeared in shows and live streams with Matt Kinman. He appeared with Martha Spencer covering Guy Clark. But while out west recently, Luke's mental state took a turn for the worse. While in Tucson with Matt Kinman, he ran off while Matt went to get something to eat. Luke Bell's struggles are over now, but the legacy of his music remains. And hopefully, like so many troubled before him, Luke Bell is just beginning to find its audience, his worthy appreciation, and his deserved legacy. Right now, Luke Bell's cause of death is pending an autopsy, and the family of Luke Bell has released a following statement that says, "We have lost our beloved son, brother, and friend, and we are heartbroken. Luke had a gentle heart, a wanderer's spirit, and a musical gift that he was fortunate to share with us and the world. We are so grateful to his friends and fans for embracing Luke and his music. We would like to thank all of Luke's fans, friends, and family who have been sharing stories and photos of happy times with him. Unfortunately, Luke suffered from the disease of mental illness, which progressed after his father's death in 2015. Luke was supported through his disease by a community of loving family and friends. Despite this, he was unable to receive the help he needed to ease his pain. Our hearts go out to the millions of people affected by mental illness who, like us, understand the devastating disappointment of a system that continuously fails to prove caring solutions to those who suffer. As we navigate our heartbreak, we respectfully ask for privacy to allow us room to grieve and honor his memory. Our only comfort comes in the fact that our Luke is finally free and at peace." So sad. I just want to start with saying I'm sorry for all of Luke Bell's family, friends, and fans' loss. And please remember the gift he brought to so many with his love for music and his voice will always live on. And we need to cherish that. We also need to do something about this. So many are affected by mental illness, and it's taking the lives of young people all around. 32 years old. He should have not been gone yet. There needs to be something done. Now we have actress and model Charlbi. She also passed away at the age of 32 in New York City on Monday. I have this video from people that I want to share with everyone regarding Charlbi.
People has confirmed that actress and model Charlbi Dean is dead at the age of 32. A rep for Dean, who stars in the upcoming film Triangle of Sadness, tells TMZ that she died on Monday in New York City from an unexpected and sudden illness. The South African-born actress was active on social media with her final Instagram post, a series of professional modeling photos timestamped just days ago. In the comment section, tributes poured in, with one commenter writing, "Rest in peace, beautiful. You didn't know me, but you were my big role model. Thank you for inspiring me." One fellow South African commented that they've been following Dean's career since they were a teenager, adding, quote, "So sad to see you go so soon. Life sometimes doesn't make sense." Earlier this month, Dean shared a trailer for Triangle of Sadness, which is set to be released in the United States on October 7th. Dean plays a rich model invited onto a luxury cruise on a doomed super yacht. The movie premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in May, where it received the festival's highest honor, the Palme d'Or. The actress acknowledged the film's win on Instagram, writing at the time in part, quote, "Congratulations, our family, we did it." Dean was also known for roles in the 2010 South African film Spud, as well as the superhero CW series Black Lightning.
It's so sad. I want to share just a few of her photos, some from her last Instagram posts. And after that, I do want to look at the preview of Triangle of Sadness, which will be scheduled to release in Denmark on September 22nd, in France on September 28th, then in the United States and in Sweden on October 7th, and in Germany on October 13th, and then lastly in the United Kingdom on October 28th, which will be released in theaters. She was a gorgeous actress and model who will be truly missed by so many. And at least we do have this last performance from her, which I honestly cannot wait to see just from the preview. I might have to stop and start because of copyright issues, so I do want to warn you in advance.
Runway casting for a grumpy brand or a smiley brand?
So it's a grumpy brand, yeah.
Congratulations! Show me that Balenciaga look. Suddenly I'm dressed in something way less expensive. It's H&M! Yay! Balenciaga! And H&M! Balenciaga! And H&M!
So it looks like it's a model casting, but she is chartering a yacht, kind of like Below Deck kind of thing, where she's the stewardess, it looks like.
You looks paid for the tickets. Not bad, huh?
So what do you do?
I sell shit.
Or as someone's companion.
The success of a luxury cruise mainly depends on you. I don't want to hear anybody saying no. It's always, "Yes, sir, yes, ma'am."
I command you, enjoy the moment.
Which, if you're a fan of Below Deck, I think you would totally love this movie.
No,
No?
no,
What? You say no to me?
no, no.
Oh, so it's yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Going in.
Yes.
Which, if you know anything about Below Deck, they literally have to do anything that these guests ask. They're paying millions to be on this yacht, and to get their tip, they do anything and everything.
The sails. Do you think it's possible to wash them?
I don't think that's possible, ma'am, because this is a motorized vessel.
Yeah.
So we don't have any sails.
It was sails. Yes.
Well, then, in that case, we will clean the sails.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
I just want to turn down.
A Russian capitalist.
Which, if you've been keeping up with Below Deck Mediterranean, Captain Sandy's stabilizers have been going off, which stabilizes the boats while they're in the water like that. And this is what that reminded me of when everything was sliding around and breaking on the boat. It was insane.
And an American communist.
On a $250 million luxury yacht.
Oh, gross.
Is going under.
Which, oh my God, Below Deck Australia or Down Under. Oh my God, they had that same issue where things were coming out of the toilet. Oh my God, this is like a Below Deck movie in that sense. It's kind of, I love it. I can't wait to see it. But it doesn't look like the ship is going to make it.
This is really bad. This is really, really bad.
So that is the preview. Definitely check it out. Like I said, it will be in theaters everywhere by the end of October. But if you are in Denmark, you're lucky to get it on the 22nd. France, the 28th. Here in the United States and in Sweden, October 7th. Germany, October 13th. And the United Kingdom on the 28th. So check it out. And while you're watching, please remember her and how just young and talented these artists are that have been passing away. There has not been anything released on the cause of her death yet, unfortunately, but I'm truly sad to see another young, talented actress, artist in that sense, pass away, and I'm sending my love and prayers out to her family, friends, and fans as well. So I know that was a bit of not really a hot topic because it was very sad, but it's something I've been seeing a lot of, and it's just so heartbreaking to see so many young people pass away. And I just wanted to give them that last moment of shine, especially here on my channel, because they will never be forgotten. Let's move on, though, to our next hot topic. All right. Up next, we have, of course, the Elon Musk versus Twitter lawsuit. Now, this is something I have talked about again before, but here's a quick little video that I'm going to play to catch those up to speed on what this is all about.
Billionaire Elon Musk is countersuing Twitter, claiming the social media giant engaged in fraud in his failed takeover deal. Musk originally agreed to buy Twitter for $44 billion, but is trying to back out of that deal. In a lawsuit, Musk says he decided to back out of the deal after learning how many users actually see ads on the site, as well as a misstatement of how many fake accounts on the site. Twitter is also suing the Tesla CEO for breach of contract. Now, the case is scheduled to go to trial on October 17th.
Now, since my last coverage on this lawsuit, it seems that Stanford University has been subpoenaed by their famous dropout, Elon Musk, as part of his legal fight with Twitter. Lawyers of Elon want all records of conversation, conferences, discussions, interviews, meetings, negotiations, and agreements between Twitter and Stanford, as well as anyone related to the university, about the proposed deal, according to a subpoena that was issued yesterday in Delaware. So it seems that at the age of 24, Elon started a doctorate program in physics at Stanford in 1995, but dropped out after 2 days. 2 days. Earlier this month, Elon tweeted this tweet right here regarding a letter he received from a Stanford professor telling him about the cutting-edge research he missed out on. So I know it's going to be hard for you guys to read, but I'll read it for you. In this letter, it says, "This is Bill Nux in the Matters Science Department at Stanford. In a recent interview entitled Elon Musk on the Early Days of Tesla Interview Part 1, which was posted on YouTube, you mentioned meeting me at Stanford in 1995 as your professor if you had enrolled in the graduate program at Stanford. This is just a brief note to say that your description of the issues of using psi and drones for lithium batteries was spot on. About 10 years ago, we at Stanford did research on this very issue you described. Indeed, it almost seemed like you had read all of our papers. As a part of the work we did, we found that since the crumbling of psi and lithium is associated with amorphization of crystallization, psi, less crumbling, could be achieved by starting with amorphous psi in the first place. Much larger psi particles can be lithorated without cracking if they are initially in the anamorphous state. Using amorphous psi as particles in a carbon matrix might allow much higher volume fractions of psi to be loaded into carbon anodes. For all I know, someone may have already patented this idea. I thought you would like to hear about work you might have done. Sincerely, William D. Nix, with all of his, member of the National Academy of Engineer, member of the National Academy of Science, fellow American Academy of Arts and Science, and then his email there at Stanford. it's kind of interesting to see that maybe if he didn't drop out after 2 days, he would have been a part of that, which he says here. This is a nice letter from Bill Nix, who would have been my professor at Stanford if I hadn't put graduate studies on permanent, retreat. Oh, Elon. But it's kind of interesting because that same professor is on the board with Twitter. Yeah. So it's not clear what connections that Elon thinks that Stanford has to the deal, but the university has links to much of what goes on in Silicon Valley, which Twitter CEO has a Stanford PhD in computer science and a computer science professor at the university serves on the company's board, aka Bill Nix. Google co-founders were also Stanford computer science graduate students. Look at that. So both sides have issued a whole bunch of subpoenas to banks, investors, and lawyers involved in the deal as they seek for ammunition for this October 17th trial before Delaware's court judge Catherine St. J. McCormick. Elon canceled the buyout, citing Twitter's failure to hand over information about spam and robot accounts embedded in their customer base. Twitter counters it's made robust disclosures about the bot issues, and Elon's concerns are a flawed pretext of nixing the deal. Now, Bloomberg News reported early on Wednesday that Elon would seek to push the trial back to December after the emergence of a Twitter whistleblower who was saying his concerns about bot accounts were ignored. Former Twitter security head Pietro Zacco also raised concerns about users' privacy in a complaint sent to regulators and Congress last week. It also seems that the letter Elon was sent by the Stanford professor is serving on Twitter's board, which is the reason behind the subpoena sent to Stanford. So, as we can see, this is looking to be like a jam-packed trial with lots of parties involved. And as of right now, the trial is still set for October 17th and has not been moved, though they will be trying to move it back further. We will all just have to wait and see what the judge decides. But I think I don't think that there will be a deal that might come out of this before the trial goes forward. I will, of course, update you all on any news regarding this and more. And honestly, I can't wait for this trial to begin. I'm kind of a law junkie in that sense, and I love listening and watching to all this. And this is going to be one hell of an interesting trial for sure. But let's move on to our next hot topic. Now, Victoria's star Danielle Mont claims Nickelodeon refused to cut questionable scenes despite her concerns. Actress Daniella is opening up about her personal experience at Nickelodeon amid reports that exclusives at the network commonly sexualize cast members across Victorious, Zoe 101, Sam and the Cat, and more hit series. Now, Daniella, who is 33, played the role of Trina Vega on Victorious, and she recently sat down for an interview with Insider where she revealed that she once contracted Nickelodeon about a scene where her character ate a pickle while applying lip gloss, which she thought was too sexual to air. However, the network aired it anyways. Now, I'm an old Nickelodeon fan. This was not my generation. I was in high school when these shows came out, so I don't really know a lot about Victorious or Zoe 101. It wasn't something that I watched, so that is definitely something that I would have probably looked at even back then thinking, wow, this is really weird. But according to the reports, filming scenes with sexual innuendos wasn't uncommon on the multiple Nickelodeon children's shows produced by Dan Schneider, who has been accused of inappropriate behavior on multiple occasions per Vanity Fair. Now, Daniella, who was 18 when the show started filming, stated that while most of Victorious was very PC, funny, silly, friendly, chill, there would be questionable scenes every once in a while. Daniella said she wished certain things didn't have to be sexualized, but claimed that producer Dan Schneider wasn't the only one to blame at the network because the network had to sign off on everything. She also named male-dominant writing rooms as part of the problem as well. Now, extra scenes from Victorious involved Ariana Grande and have also raised eyebrows after viewers pointed out questionable natures of online clips, some of which featured Ariana putting her toe in her mouth, and pouring water on herself while hanging upside down on a bed. Now, as stated in the Insider report, 2 writers on the show have since come forward. They've been coming forward claiming that Dan Schneider was almost singly responsible for the hyper-sexualized scenes, with one saying the writers largely avoided set when the web shows were being shot because they were largely very cringe. Daniella and other Nickelodeon alums have also spoken up about some of the actors' outfits, which Daniella said were commonly not age appropriate. She even stated that she wouldn't even wear some of that today as an adult in the interview she did with Insider. Former iCarly star Jeanette Makartt also recalled feeling uncomfortable when trying on a bikini during a wardrobe fitting, which she details in her new memoir, I'm glad my mom died. Now, Jeanette's book, she says in it, I asked if I could please just try on one piece with board shorts. The way that I feel most comfortable in a bathing suit. She wrote, adding the wardrobe designer at the time told her Dan Schneider, who she only refers to as the creator in her book, had explicitly asked for 2 pieces. Now, Dan Schneider, who left Nickelodeon back in 2018 as a result of an investigation by parent company Viacom CBS, denied the claims against him in a piece for the New York Times back in June of 2021. As stated in the Times article, the investigation found no evidence of sexual misconduct by Dan, although many viewed him as verbally abusive. Other former Nickelodeon stars, including Zoe 101 alum Alexis Nicholas, are also calling for Dan to be brought to justice, with many hoping that Jeanette's bombshell memoir could prompt more people to come forward about the alleged abuse. Very interesting, especially, I know it's not really my time of like television shows when I was a kid, but it's a lot of people's out there. And a lot of people might remember these scenes and just maybe even thinking to themselves, how weird is that? Or thinking back as it now as an adult and thinking, wow, it's very sexualized and I didn't understand it back then, but now I do. It's very sad that that even had to happen, because that can bring so much trauma to these now adults' lives just from what they went through as a kid. I'll keep us up to date on any information regarding this, but let's take a look at our last and, of course, most interesting hot topic. All right, guys, it's time. Dolly Parton just launched a pet apparel line on Amazon called Doggy Parton. Yay! So yesterday, Dolly Parton, the country music icon, officially announced the launch of her new apparel line for dogs, Dolly Parton. Doggy Parton. My God, sorry. It's available on Amazon with a lineup of toys, accessories, clothing, and collars made just for your pooch. There's lots of pink, plenty of sparkle, and a little country western to tie it all together. Now, Dolly Parton is also taking a portion of all of the purchases, and it will be going towards supporting Willie B Farms, which is a nonprofit animal rescue. One thing to note is that nearly all the items in the collection usually ship within 1 to 2 months. So if you want to dress your fur animal for Halloween this year, you might want to press add to cart as soon as possible. But first, let's take a peek at a few standouts from the line that I felt really captured the playful, adorable, and Dolly-esque essence of Doggy Parton. So first up, we have a 2-piece Dolly ensemble, which now you can dress your pup to look just like the country queen herself, wig, cleavage and all. This front-facing costume features pet-friendly closures, comfortable elastic, and comes in 2 sizes for $26.10 plus, depending on the size. Next up, we have a fur fringed cowgirl hat. So it's trimmed with false fur and bedazzled with a sparkling gold tiara. This cowgirl hat is available in 2 sizes and has a comfortable elastic chin strap to keep it in place for just $9.99. Then we have this classic gingham bandana, which is adjustable tie-back bandana that is also reversible. And it's available in 2 sizes for $9.10 plus, depending on the size. Then we have this beautiful and classic Dolly concert tee. Now, this is available in 4 sizes. This classic vintage-inspired concert t-shirt is soft and breathable for your pup for just $12.99. Then we have a bedazzled gingham harness. So you can take your dog for a walk in style with this adjustable harness that uses a Velcro wrist strap and over-the-shoulder buckle strap to stay secure. It's available in 4 sizes for $14.99. And then we have a squeaky plush toy. So you can get your pet a cup of ambition that is soft and squeaky for them to play with for just $9.39. And then, of course, we have to have a sparkly pink leash and collar set. You can get this sequence 2-piece set with detachable leash in 4 different sizes for $17.37 plus, depending on the size. Then we have this adorable pink Western style dress. It is very adorable with fringe, Western style, and it is a front facing and features adjustable Velcro straps for $14.99. And my last item that I picked out was this beautiful embellished pearl neck piece, which are fake pearls that are strung on a pet-friendly elastic to make removing easy and wearing comfortable for your pet at just $9.92. And as you can see here, your pup will look adorable as Dolly Parton for any cute pet gatherings or occasions. I love it. So adorable. Now, I will link it down below, but I did also want to show a quick sneak peek of just what it looks like on Amazon for you guys as well. So, this is her beautiful little site right here. As you can see, there's denim. I love it all. I love it. Though I don't have a pup, there are still some things you can get for your cat. Ooh, look. A beautiful little high heel pump, too. Toys, collars, leashes, harness, all of that great stuff. Accessories, apparel. And then she has this little video right here.
Puppy Love was my very first record, and 6 decades later, my love for pets is stronger than ever. This inspired me to start my own line of Doggy Parton apparel, accessories, toys, and more with a little Dolly flair. Now, part of the proceeds will support Willoughby Farms, a rescue where animals in need find never-ending love. Don't we all need that?
Yes, we do. So definitely check it out. You can click on these 4 little boxes here and find something for your pets. But like I said, if you want it before Halloween, it ships, they say, in about... Oh, nothing. That was because I had the, hold on. This is the site right here. I'm sorry. My boomer moment, guys. Sorry. I had the dog still on the screen. So here's the little Amazon shop right here. Very cute. That was a video. We'll watch it again. Here's the accessory shop, the apparel shop, the toys, collar, leashes, and harness. So you can click on these 4 right here. And like I was saying before I realized that the dog was still on the screen, was that if you want it, order it now if you want it for Halloween, because it's going to take a month to 2 months before you'll actually get it. And we'll rewatch what Dolly had to say real quick.
Puppy love was my very first record, and 6 decades later, my love for pets is stronger than ever. This inspired me to start my own line of doggy Parton apparel, accessories, toys, and more with the little Dolly flair. Now, part of the proceeds will support Willoughby Farms, a rescue where animals in need find never-ending love. Don't we all need that?
And you can also click right here to follow, so that way any new items that are released will show up on your Amazon home screen as well. So if you have a little fur baby and you want to get them something special, definitely check it out. The link will be down in the description below for you guys. But I thought that was just so adorable, and I love Dolly Parton. That's probably like the only... I love a couple country singers. I'm not very big into country myself personally, but I do love Dolly Parton. I've been to Dollywood, and that's still, those memories as a child going there still stick in my mind, very, very detailed, because she has this one theater where she does like it's a performance on a screen, but there's so many like live action things that are happening around that just captures the moment, and it stays so detailed in my mind. Love Dolly, love this new collection, and love that she is taking a portion to go to a wonderful nonprofit rescue center as well. So check it out. The link will be down below for you guys. And that is our last hot topic of the night. And I'm sorry that I had a little bit of a boomer moment. It happens. It's YouTube. But I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Come back tomorrow for our Friday night game night, which will also be on Odyssey. I got that hooked up today. Rumble, I cannot go live on Rumble until I have 100 subscribers. So please check out my Rumble. The link will be down below for you guys. As soon as I get to 100, then we can go live on Rumble as well. Also, check out my locals. I will be premiering my first exclusive video in just a day or two, and it's going to be juicy. So definitely check that out. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening ahead of you. And if I don't see you on the YouTube streets and the chats, hopefully I will see you here tomorrow for our Friday night game night. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.